All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. We got a special watch list here once again, and we are doing it live. So if you're used to the normal watch list, I got the keys, I have the plays, all of that good stuff. The only difference is we got the Chad live. We're going to be able to have a little bit of Q&A and go over everything that happened because we got to talk about what just happened here in literally, man, the market has been absolutely insane. If you are not familiar what has gone on here with April, it has been absolutely nuts. We are down now 5 days in a row consecutively. Last time that happened was the beginning of January. You are down now over 4.5% on the month, and on top of it, you are even down right now almost 0.5% on the future. So we got a lot that we're going to go over. We're going to talk about what happened today, what we are looking for tomorrow, the next week, the earnings, because if you didn't notice, man, the earnings are coming in and they're doing pretty decent, but the market is shrugging it off. So we got a lot. We have a lot in store. The market, people are changing up conversations. The market is giving us a lot to deal with, but Chatadonia, you're here right now, baby. If you read this, like the video. That's what I'm talking about. Good evening. What's going on? So my people on the recap, you're going to have to bear with me. What's going on, Tim Whitman? What's going on, Jose? Goofy, Skinny, Matthew, Saab, Uncle Terry, Esther for Mayor, Rochelle, Ricardo, Big Carly, Bruno, NRG, baby, Cantology, Jerry, would y'all? Good evening, baby. What up, her? Joey Kagamo, El Coyote in the house, baby. Good evening, Dago, Super Takeoff, Javi, Colton, Evan, Ray, Skinny, what up, most dope? Good evening, Patience in the house, baby. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Y'all really showing up on the evening. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Marcus Hanlon, Lanisha, Greg also. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're locked in. I hope you got your notepad because we will have time for some Q&A. And there's a lot of earnings and a lot of things coming up. So I hope you're locked in, baby. But Chatadonia, right off the bat, I already told you the fun facts. It was 5 days down in a row, and I have to bring a little bit of attention to it once again. Do you guys notice the little bit of delay? We closed barely red today, but once again, yesterday bonds recovered, market went down. Today, we recovered a little bit, but ended up closing slightly red while the bonds gave up. So it's going to open up some gap for tomorrow, but that's the other thing about today. We generally woke up to a relief rally. The general theme about this morning, it was relief. Things were looking good. TSM earnings, it was not that bad. Any of the other earnings, they were actually pretty decent. We got off to a good start in terms of reporting. People were feeling good. You did not get any escalation. Oil calmed down. Things were looking pretty decent in the morning, and you actually gapped up, sold off to like right near the lows, and then you rocketed up and all was well, but then once again we sold it off. So there was a lot at hand, a lot at play, but man, I don't know what to say, but is it fear over profits? Because so far in the earnings season, last 2 weeks, I mean, again, we are down in April. You have literally had the momentum in the downside trump any of the good earnings. So it does not matter how good a company is reported. There has been UAL, and that one did good, but generally, I mean, even MasterCard, they kind of dodged the bullet, but it's not as if the market has gotten too crazy. Oh, I went to black screen. Oh, my bad. I hit the horn. My bad. Thank God you guys are live. I would have went like 15 minutes. My bad. Yeah, the futures are dying right now. As I am speaking, so I'm sure by the time I'm done with this recap, we could discuss. Oh, yeah, 50-15. Damn, you're down 0.62. So welcome to the live watch list, baby. Yeah, futures are Raouling. So, yeah, that's happening right now. You could see it right there. Interesting. But that being said, like I'm saying, the momentum, even what we're seeing right now with this pre-market or post-market, definitely 5,000 level and how we've been trading since April, that has overtaken everything. That's why next week the data is going to keep coming in. We are going to get way more companies. You'll get PMI, ISM data. Then you're going to get the PCE on Friday. Unfortunately, for tomorrow, you are not going to be getting any data. So, however we're moving now, I think is it the monthly expiration? I think it might be for the option. So there'll be a little bit of volatility there. But other than that, it's pushing it into next week, getting more data, because as we get more earnings, we're going to really be able to find out if this is conclusive. Does momentum trump earnings, and does the earnings support more downside or more upside? Or even if it's good, do we sell it off? Because that's definitely what you are starting to see. So that's what we had today. That is key number one. Then key number two, I have to bring it up here. There's a little bit more I'm going to talk about what happened today, but, I mean, we got to talk about it. Chad, there was a famous quote. It will be hard for the markets to go higher with rates above 4.5, said by Egyptian man. It will be hard the market go. How much high does this sound familiar? Does this sound familiar? Is that me? I think it might be me. That's hard AF. Well, above being hard, because, you know, I've been correct and I've been wrong many times, but like I'm saying, you know, one thing today, I'm like glad to see the market functioning in a way that it should. But generally, man, it looks like this 4.5 on the 10-year. Ever since we have breached that moment, I mean, you could see it. The markets really have had a tough time going up. I mean, that 200-point range now to the high, our work is cut out for us. Everybody's feeling a certain way, but why am I bringing this up to you? Just don't forget the environment. What's happening? Credit is tightening a little bit. You know, somebody brought that up today, but the spreads are still there. So there's a lot of factors leading into it, but generally from policy down to just the environment and inflation, things are getting driven by that, and we have even seen a bulletproof market finally concede to 4.5. Now, I will tell you this, there will be a bounce. Even if we are still going to go lower, there's going to be a big bounce at one point. That's even what happened August, September, October. It was fraught with bounces, and that's what gave off the effect it wasn't dying, only for it to sell off. And you know, that being said, I hope you guys like that. I think that explains what's happened. You know, you've had these moves and these little pops have made it seem like you weren't dying, but then before you know it, the drain gets pulled and then you're down quite a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, but you got to alert on on escalations. Well, futures are dying right now, and crude is up by $1. Syrian media, Israeli aircrafts target Al-Thala airport in Suwada, southern Syria. Yeah, explosions so far reported in the last few minutes near the cities of Isfahan and Natanz in central Iran, which both contain significant facilities for the Iranian nuclear program. So Israel looks like they are attacking. This is right now. This is breaking news. So this is literally as I'm giving you the keys. Again, gold is starting to pop off. You have oil up $1, and futures are plummeting right now. So, again, you are getting a little bit of a move there. Even bonds are catching a bid? Damn. Yeah, no, you're getting a full-blown fear reaction right now. No, that's like, I don't know if it's because the market's not open maybe, but full-blown, literally, even bonds are catching a bid. Gold is catching a bid. Man, fuck me. If the yen's going up too, yeah, give him a little bit. The yen's not playing along fully, but yeah, literally, yeah, war headlines are happening now, but oil, market, gold, literally, look at that stick on there, 1.5% on oil. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's a hold your, I mean, it's definitely something's going on. I mean, there's explosions right now in the Middle East, and it looks like Israel is attacking it looks like they're attacking Iran's nuclear program. It's like something in that vicinity. But then again, you know, I was just talking about how it's been a week and we kind of haven't, you know, just when we thought the escalations were going lower, but that's happening now. Oil, gold, I mean, massive, massive moves on all of this. in Iran. They attacked cities of Isfahan and Natanz in central Iran. So they fully, like, no proxy, no sidestepping, fully Israel attacking Iranian soil. That's happening right now. Literally a minute ago is 2 minutes ago, a minute and a half ago was the latest update. So literally, I'm midway the keys right now. I'm midway telling you, watch out here with rates and how the market has deceptively sold off here, and then that whole October scenario. But we got a little bit. Let me see if there's more updates. Well, that just made our night exciting here. The news is that Israel just attacked Iran. That's said simply. Or there's reports of it. All right. Well, that being said, let me just take you guys to the final key, because our work now, yet tomorrow doesn't have that much data. I think our work is really going to be cut out for us now. But quite simply, man, part of today, and I hope you guys have realized that. We'll see tomorrow, really, if the war stuff right now in real time, if this does really get crazy, because that's wild. Again, if you're not familiar, the fact that even Iran attacked Israel was wild a couple of days ago. But if anything, that could change some of the rate cut conversations. But other than that, like today, the conversations have started to change, literally from rates to currency. You're hearing people talk about currency volatility. Even Japan's talking about UEDA, talking about currency affecting their goals. People now, literally, John Williams today, one of the Fed members, he said rate hikes. He literally said the words rate hikes. And even JP Morgan, Goldman, and people have talked about it today. And even though they've said it's low probability, the fact of the matter is the conversation is shifting now to people saying rate hikes and waiting much higher or much longer while being much higher. So it is quite wild. We'll see how this all plays out when it's said and done. But I hope you guys realize, the final step to it, earnings in the next couple months. If the conversations change about everything else and people start giving into this downside momentum, well, you might very well start hearing people talk about economy and earnings not being able to support what we got going on. So we'll see how it plays out. But that being said, it should be a wild one now tomorrow. We'll get a little bit of the earnings. You got AXP, and then who's the other one? AXP. Oh, why am I blanking on this one? And Procter & Gamble. I made a play on them actually today. Those are going to be tomorrow morning. Other than that, I'm sure it's going to be half of the day driven war-dominated headlines, and then we are going to get right back to reacting to earnings. But oil is going up now. Oil is up 2% after hours. SPY is hitting a low. SPY is almost down 1% pre-market here in futures trading. So that being said, before the market goes nuts, I'm sure we're going to have all night here to talk, baby. Oh, I keep doing that. My bad, but you guys need a horn. That's good for you. Let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, I got a couple of different plays here. I definitely think oil. If oil makes a little pullback here, we might be able to make a play right now. Again, the market is actually still dipping here. Futures are about to drop below 5,000, but outside of that, and you're going to see it here on the plays, outside of what's going on in the market, I have liked a specific type of play, and it has been these buyout plays, something with more guaranteed news and kind of playing the arbitrage. But JWN, I bought this the other day. It started to go up. Even with some of the downside, they've held up. They got an update today on their going private news, so I'm expecting a lot of back and forth. But my plan with this is flip it until we find out what the price is going to be. I plan on doing that, so we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, that's going to be play number one. Then play number two in the same respect. And I'm going to go over these quickly because I want to see what's going on here. Futures are still dying, bro. You are still dumping right now. My goodness. But play number two is Coles. So same buyout type beat. That's what I'm saying here with Nordstrom's. Again, remember Kohl's, they've been back and forth with people trying to buy them out. They're holding literally 2020 lows. I think they're a little bit more distressed. There's a lot more value that's going on with it. So we'll see how this one plays out. But there was a headline today about like Aldi and I think them expanding some companies in the United States. But don't forget about this one. And like I'm saying, if it has some of that buyout value driving it, I really have been liking it. So that is play number 2. And then finally, and no, these plays don't change. That's kind of the beauty. If you notice, like even though the market is definitely changing with what's going on right now, like both of the plays that I'm showing you here, they're related to like buyouts. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the beauty. Even in the last couple days, Nordstrom sold off. We bought it in any little bounce. I mean, I'm already up 10% on it. So those are plays 1 and 2. And then finally, play number 3, baby, post earnings on Netflix. I actually like it. Honestly, I've said if the market doesn't totally vomit, I'm going to buy calls. But at this time, I think now, depending on how we open up, if we sell off for the first couple of hours, though, and Netflix does really bad, I would definitely be looking for a bounce or upside there on Netflix. But now, I mean, I'm sure this is going to get in the way of everything going on. So other than that, I don't think I made any other plays, did I? I'm not too sure. I'm in my gold short. That just popped right now still. Oh, I made Procter & Gamble. I brought 2 of the 165 calls, 2 standard deviations. I'm holding them coming into tomorrow. They went up like almost 50% by close. I could have sold out of them, so we'll see. But yeah, that war news right now, we just dropped. Oil went up 2%. It literally reports of Israel striking central Iran next to their nuclear facility. So I have more updates for that. Let me. That's crazy. Oil, another $1? No way. Last time I checked, it was up 2. Yeah, it's up 2.1 right now. So literally, Iran media reports that several explosions were heard in Isfahan, central Iran. Explosions so hard been reported in the last few minutes. So that's the latest update that we have on it. But if you have any questions, but this is a big deal now because, again, I mean, depending on how serious it was, remember, the Iranian attack didn't leave anything in Israel. Nothing happened. So if they actually have a successful attack, then Iran is definitely going to respond. And then remember, literally a week ago, that was the first time ever that you've had Iran strike Israeli soil. So very wild here. Let's see. I don't know if there's any... what do we got on Twitter? Show up and spread love, baby. Kevin Wells, good evening. Good evening. Let me see. I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's videos, but yeah. 3 huge explosions heard in Isfahan, south of Tehran. Jerusalem Post, simultaneous explosions reported in Iran and Iraq, according to similar reports. So 3 explosions. That's the latest update, honestly. That's all we have. Multiple flights diverting out of Iran's airspace. That's the only updates that we have right now. So again, you guys see the screen, right? This is oil. I mean, let me see if I could throw up 2 of these. I'll get you guys oil in the market. But you're dumping right now. So futures are about to go below 5,000. They hit 5,005 just a second ago. Oh, Jose, baby. Welcome. But yeah, so I mean, I could answer any questions, but I think we might just kick it here and watch until this starts to go crazy here, man. Because this is kind of nuts. Hello, how are you doing? Good evening. I'm trying to get you more updates on this. Again, I can only imagine once we start hearing, but this means, I mean, you're set up tomorrow. It's gonna be a whole day of hearing back and forth from Iran saying they're gonna retaliate, and then Israel saying why they like it, and all of that. So it is quite wild. Gold is popping too. There, it's up at 2404. Surprisingly, gold is up the least. So oil is the one making the vicious move. SPY was already down, but believe it or not, gold is the one lagging. And what's silver? Is it QC? QG? No, I forgot what silver futures are. We could be down too. Well, we haven't had 2% in a while. I mean, futures were already weak. So, like, as we started the watch list here, before again, all of these updates, this Israel attacking Iran, this all literally happened within the last, 12 to 15 minutes. But that's straight up, we were down, I think, 0.3, 0.4 ahead of that. SI, they waited to the weekend. Let me see. I got inside intel. You ain't got nothing. For people wondering, unverified reports are going around. Interesting. All right, are you ready? People are debating it. Gold popping now. So that's the next one moving. Gold 2409. But literally, they're saying that the reports could be unconfirmed right now. You're watching videos. It could be. I mean, right now, though, technically, I mean, you've seen this. I mean, we get news early, but, it's one of those situations where your legacy news media is going to take a minute to confirm it. If that makes any sense. You may not hear, but right now, it's unconfirmed. Technically, but it seems like everybody is talking about it. Thought war was good for equities. Nah, this is unique. I mean, do you guys not realize what just happened? So, I mean, and that's why I think the reaction might be here. But, if this is true, do you guys realize what just happened? Do you, think about what, think about the bigger picture. Not necessarily World War III, but you literally have another party drawn into this conflict. Remember, it was Palestine and Israel. It's Russia and Ukraine. This is now Israel dropping a bomb on Iran. So now you have Iran and Israel. And like I'm saying, Iran and Israel, those conflicts have been around for a while, but last weekend was the first time Iran ever attacked them on from their soil to the other soil. So pretty crazy. What happened? We were doing our watch list, and then there was reports. Like I said, it's unconfirmed technically. It seemed a lot of people though are talking about it on Twitter. I have some other reports. It's coming across some other places. Again, we got it pretty early, but it's still right now. It seems as if we have a Middle Eastern escalation. It looks like Israel may have attacked Iran. And then oil's coming down. What else we got? Again, they're moving it. Unconfirmed footage of Iran. Yeah. All of these could be old videos. The Jerusalem Post 30 minutes ago. Yeah, there's no real confirmation yet, as weird as that may sound. Yeah, RT, I remember. And today they were actually red. Today was your day to buy them. There's no explosions. Check Snapchat. Some people are saying there's no explosions. But oil is up 2.3. Let's see the futures. Where's the SPY? SPY at 5,002. Damn. So ES is about to break 5,000. That's actually kind of nutty. Yeah, RTX, LMT are going to be nuts. Let's see. Iran. I can't believe it's kind of wild, bro. I was just talking today. I was like, man, Israel spent a week hyping it up and then ended up doing nothing. But they low key just came out of nowhere with that one. But they just hit Iranian. That's a very direct attack on Iranian. If they hit the nuclear facility, that's insanity. Lots of nations have nukes now, so I've heard. So I have gold's going crazy. We just had that up. Oil, gold's lacking behind now, but it's catching up. Now it's up by zero point 0.4. Oil is up by 2.5, and then futures are down almost 1%. Futures are down by 0.9, about to hit a new low right now. I don't know if I could do. Can I do 3? Will it let me? All right, perfect. We don't need the high-low ticker. So gold, futures, gold, SPY, and oil. Everything you need right now. But these are huge moves, man. Again, how we wake up tomorrow is going to be actually wild. Again, I don't know if foreign markets, I think China and Australia, they would be the only ones open right now. I'm hoping it's fake too, but at the same time, if it's not, I mean, we're going to have a full day of a whole new, it's going to be a whole new discussion. Gold breaking out right now. Still no updates. Iran, urgent. Yeah, bro, it's chilling. Going to be very gradual. That one was kind of big, though. I don't know. What happened? Israel attacked central Iran. So futures are dropping again. If it could be fake, the news, again, it's unconfirmed. People are saying explosions. Again, that was about 20 minutes ago, but it's kind of a surprise. It's a huge run on oil. It's a huge, huge run on oil. This is absolutely wicked. So again, I mean, it's kind of, I wouldn't call it unprecedented, but it's up there. This ain't fake. You never know, homie. But for now, I don't think, like we said, people reported. There's a couple people who said no explosions. I'm trying to get headlines on it, but right now, everything is unconfirmed. It's big news. Everyone's going to have to do it. So unconfirmed reports regarding the closure of Iranian airspace. That's 2 minutes ago. It seems that's what it seems like right now. So we're going to find out more. SPY broke 5,000 on the futures. That's what we're about to find out right now. Like, I'm sure as the night goes on, but it seems like the initial report right now is that Israel has attacked central Iran. Let me see. Let me get a stream alert out for the guys. This one's big. We were just live. Again, futures breaking down. Many ES fake news. Well, we'll find out if it is, but that's a monster reaction. Bro, oil's up 2.5%. But then again, futures are down 1% right now. Absolutely wild. We are not sure that this is true, no. So some people seem pretty confident about it, but no. Technically, there is zero confirmation on this. All of this is unconfirmed as of now. So again, you're seeing the reaction. People are talking about it. There's unconfirmed reports, but I mean, there's been no official government statement from Iran, Israel, the United States, nor there's no official media outlet. I think Fox may be reporting on it already, but I think Bloomberg put out the headline. They had the headline early or on their show, but that's it.
Markets and oil markets are peaking higher here this morning, and we're watching very closely what goes on. There's a wave of a sell-off here when it comes to equities across the region. In fact, we're seeing the Asia benchmark now dropping the lowest.
Yeah, their damn futures still going down, 4,993. Yeah, it's super early. How is this happening? So again, I mean, whether it's fake or not, this is just the reaction. So, like I'm saying, throughout the night here, we're going to find out what it really is, but this is, like, actually insane. Yeah, something going on in Iran. Again, the planes are moving, the airspace, all of that. Iran media now reporting Israel is responsible for airstrikes in Syria and Iraq. Intense warplane activity. S&P futures down 1, bro. That's insane. You could go flight aware. You could go to track. That's what people are using. But that's it. People are noticing the airspace. And then that's the airspace. And then unconfirmed reports of explosions. 5 a.m. in Tehran right now. Commercial flights are being diverted away from Iran. Reports of loud blast in city. It's the same exact headlines. And then gold breaking out and oil and the futures. Oh, shit. They all just did it. I thought it was just gold. So now gold's matching up with it all. But damn. Bro, futures just got blown out right there. Another 0.25%. One candle. Even Japan. So Japan stocks are starting to go right now. The Nikkei. Yeah, bro. Asian stocks are down 2% right now. So they're getting clobbered right now as well. Bro, I think even the bonds, dude, this is insane. You guys realize the damn 10-year and the 30-year is catching a bid? So, like, rate cut expectations are going to, this is, I don't know, man. This is borderline. You're encroaching on black swan territory. Apple removes WhatsApp from App Store on China government order. So now Meta is going to get clapped tomorrow now too. So that's coming out right now. Literally, I have that one for you guys. Man, I got to get up the newswire. Are we really about to do this right now? But yeah, that's coming out right now. Literally, Apple is removing Meta. They're moving WhatsApp from China App Store. My goodness. Yeah, Apple removes WhatsApp Threads from China App Store on government order. So Apple removed WhatsApp and Threads from App Store on China on Friday, saying we were ordered by the government. The latest example of censorship demands as China tightens internet controls. The iPhone maker said that the company was told by China's top internet regulators to remove the apps because national security concerns. We're obligated to follow the laws in countries where we operate, even where we disagree, an Apple spokesperson said. Many social media apps are already blocked in China. This is a developing story. Oil breaking out again, SPY near the lows, or gold's breaking out too. This is not fun. I mean, it's still unconfirmed, but right now, this is a real-ass reaction. You know, I mean, it's been a while since anything, like, bro, honestly, I think the snitch is bonds. That's why I'm telling you, this may be borderline black swan, just to the degree that your damn bonds are catching a fear bid. You know, motherfuckers aren't just, like, scared. They're buying a bond right now to that point where they're like, oh, shit. Plane landing turned around. Again, let me see if there's any more updates. I don't have any for now. Any plays? Gold, oil, silver, bonds, defensives. But then it's just like it's how it played out last time. So this is gonna get wide. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be one big pullback as everybody calms down, and then overnight it might escalate again. Yeah, maybe the end. Maybe I think bonds are the best value actually right now though, because bonds just got murdered. If the bonds actually have a fear bid and people like react like that, then yeah. Israel, 3 strikes or reports, the same thing. Dow clap, SPY, gold starting to catch up now. It's still lagging behind. Again, gold, oil went 2.6, and then bonds are up 1.2. SPY is down 1.1 still, man. 4.981, bro. Do you realize 5,000 futures did not hold up? And yeah, the news right now, again, it's unconfirmed technically, but everything's moving like this is World War III. But you do have reports that Israel has attacked central Iran. Yeah, we were just doing our normal live watches. This happened right on perfect schedule, man. I don't know if that's perfect is the right word, but yeah, it's kind of nuts. So there's her first pullback. SPY is obliterated, bro. I'm telling you, no resistance even at 5,000. That's the crazy part about this news happening after hours. It just brought you into a oh no. I think it's a lot of fear, definitely. Again, that's what I was just saying. The bonds, like the bonds shouldn't really go up. The last times we've had even the war headlines, the bonds didn't go up like that. So again, you've been having these headlines here. So if the bonds still hold up, I mean, I think it just because it could be the nature of, again, another party involved, and then it's Israel attacking Iran. You know, that's not small. Again, just like Iran attacking Israel soil, that was literally a precedent. U.S. official, Israel conducted airstrikes on target in Iran, ABC. So there you go. We have confirmation. ABC. I think that's your first mainstream media to report it. Yeah. I believe ABC is your first one. Oh, is this real? Someone says the city. We heard something but can't recognize explosion. That's it. I'm still not getting anything else, but ABC is confirmed it now. That's your first one. Iran.
They judge themselves and they feel like they should be over it and they should be fine. Yeah. And so they're really hard on themselves. And so any little bit.
Oh, no, that's not it. Mark, intraday, I mean, even overnight is going to be wicked. We got to see how it is overnight and then how people react at the cash open. It's a big expiration. I'm sure it'll have a big move intraday and then wrap it up with fireworks at the end of the day. What happened is Israel has attacked Iran. So they retaliated, but again, kind of the nature of it. It's a little rare, like just like Israel getting attacked by Iran. Futures new low. I'm sorry. I have all the fear assets going insane. So again, ES, bro, that's 49.75. Bro, you're down 1.3. I mean, it's been months since you've moved 2%, and now you might be down. You're down 1.4 right now. You might be down close to that on the futures. There has to be a big futures bounce. I don't know if there's no way we gap down 2%. I don't know if the fear holds up for the next 8 hours. So you still got to sleep. I got to shower. Got to do a couple of things. Gold about to hit a new high. So is oil. They're both right on the cusp. And SPY right on the cusp of going lower. And I think bonds too. Dude, these are big moves. This is a very crazy watch list. Yeah, I mean, again, we were just doing our watch list while it happened. I just started giving you the headlines, and then this developed very, very big. But, again, anything else, the first confirmation we have right now is ABC. But, I mean, this is going to be this is probably going to dominate Netflix earnings. But besides that, I mean, this is probably what we're going to focus on all day tomorrow. The news is that Israel is attacking or conducting airstrikes in Iran. The bonds are spooky, I agree. That's the scariest part about all of it. Just because, again, the bonds have been a victim lately. And in this environment, I mean, the bonds have been selling off. Like, you know, like I get it, buy oil, buy gold, but you know, if you really weren't scared, like you have no real reason to buy the bonds if you were just selling them. So we'll see. Bonds might sell off intraday tomorrow. Well, we'll find out. Hey, man, I got the water. Oil should scare you. Israel missiles hit Iran site. U.S. official. Who is U.S. official? So I got one more headline, but the source just says U.S. official. Does this make the Fed cuts earlier? It could. Well, that's the interesting part. Because, again, that's why people are buying the bonds a little bit here. Iran televised attacks. Israel just attacks. Israel has reportedly attacked military bases in Iran. Syria. Oh, is that it? No. Russia invaded 2 years ago. Futures dump. Market went straight up. Honestly, I mean, that could happen. I don't really necessarily doubt that. It just kind of depends on. That's what I'm saying. We got like 10 to 12 hours, right? It's 9 o'clock. Literally, you have 12 hours. You got 12 hours until open. Dump. Oh, and what's tomorrow's 422, right? No, 419. TLT, they're gold going insane now. And then bonds too. Dude, every time I look over, I look at one of them, all of them are doing it. Everything now, bro, I'm telling you, the correlation, everything is just matched up running. So oil up, gold up, bonds up, or yields down, and then market just getting pummeled. Low-key, the market's fighting back a little bit, but oil is the leader there. That's a 3% move on that. This one's kind of crazy. What was it? That QI, yeah. That's silver. Silver's up 1.5. The Zaza. Bro, Fed futures rate. So rate cut odds technically moved up on this. That's actually kind of funny. So already, whatever is happening in the bond market, I mean, it has already spread to the Fed futures. Oil is breaking out now. SPY 4973. Yeah, Chad, I don't know, man. We need another update, but this is borderline hitting black swan territory. I don't think the market was prepared for this at all. Because again, oil is now, if it hits more than 5, Where is the news? The news? I don't know. ABC's the only place that confirmed it. Otherwise, like Twitter. I mean, the news is in the asset moves. So, like, does that make sense? So again, we're gonna have a wicked move, whatever happens tomorrow. But like, even if you ignore like even if like whatever it is like this is the news, you just dumped 1.3. Oil's rocketing 3.6 now. Like the news is that you don't move like this off of nothing. So if the news is fake, I mean, it'll come back again. It's still a rumor, but you've slowly gotten a couple more people confirming it. Again, one mainstream media source. Brent crude surges above 90. Gold going up, bro. Oil 3.5. So oil's the one leading the way. SPY bouncing. Then bonds 2. Twitter going crazy, I'm sure. Again, this is on the cusp of, gives you the World War III vibes, but it's just like, we may have potentially just started another conflict. Now it's going to be Israel and Iran instead of just Israel and Palestine. And then now you're going to have Ukraine and Russia and all that other stuff. And then we'll see. We'll see if the Strait of Hormuz gets involved. This is wild, very wild. I don't know the nuclear facility. I don't know if it could be confirmed. It just says Iran sites. Some people are saying military bases. So a report claimed that Iran air defense successfully destroyed all missiles launched by Israel. Hebrew outlet Yanet, Israel attacked in southern Syria. Explosions were heard in Iran at the same time. Bro, oil's still fighting, and gold too. They're both about to do it. SPY had a 10-point bounce. That's actually insane. 10-point bounce, and it's still fighting there a little bit. So everything else making round 2 move. We are live right now. So Israel has the ability to conduct strikes against targets inside Iran without entering Iranian airspace from aircraft over Syrian and Iraqi airspace. What? I have a headline that says that. I don't know where the source is from. Explosion so far, yeah. It was 40 minutes ago. Oh, over the Iraqi capital. So Iraq has a bunch of stuff going on. Yeah, the Marco Rubio, I see that one. We halting? I mean, it depends how ugly this gets, but for now, I mean, if we get some more back and forth like skirmishes, if there's like responses, because we're going to have a whole day, man, then maybe. But other than that, for now, it's just bad. And I think unexpected, very unexpected. And then the move back again on oil, this now, the momentum, SPY. We've broken the levels now, so we'll see. But I do remember there has been days where we have straight bounced after war invasions. So keep that in mind. 8 diverted, braking, asking all aircraft to divert. Then the keys down 3. It was down 2 when I checked. Yeah, down 2-2 on the futures. Maybe it's down more on the actual index. So first pullback or second pullback on oil. Last time it did this, it shot up another $1. Iran's Fars news agency says explosions heard in central Isfahan airport. Reason unknown. All right. So you could go look it up. Fars news agency from Iran. They said explosion heard in central Isfahan. Reason unknown. Fars. Yeah, ABC News has confirmed the missiles fired by Israel struck Iran. However, the official could not confirm whether there were strikes in Syria and Iraq. That was from earlier. This is the sketchiest website in the world. I just got hacked. This account, this is the Fars news agent. This is the, yeah, I've never. Explore. You got Fars TV. Oh, Habibi. I'm so on a watch list right now. So, yeah. Well, that's the latest one. Air raid sirens. The 10-year is the creepy part. Did that pull back with everything else there? Yeah. So we'll see. It could all give up, but then again, we will find out. Watch this. Man, what a watch list, right? Who would have thought the timing of this? We would have just been live chilling here while all of this was going on. Something is wrong. I mean, this is potentially like massive. Like, again, just in general, I was saying it. The fact that, we had, oh, hold on, Lending Tips texted me, Tin. So it's on TVs now. So, like, Lending Tips just sent me a TV with the reports. IDF attack is response to Iranian missile barrage. U.S. official, Israel retaliates against Iran. What's happening is Israel attacked Iran. Oh, but like I was saying earlier, Schneider Electric to take control of Bentley Systems. Remember, that was the buyout news earlier today? BSY. That one, they got bought out. I don't know how much. And a deal that could be worth more than $15 billion. So you'd have to do the math. So much news today in the evening, right? You guys are just getting all this breaking news live and direct. It's bad news. I guess not all of it. You had the Meta news, War news, Bentley news. So sources linked to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard have now confirmed that Israeli missiles have struck near city of Kajaverstan within the Isfahan province of central Iran. Is it weird if my source is a terrorist? Oh, no, it's a journalist from Iran. I thought they cited the actual terrorist. Because they have those on Twitter, you know? But yeah. So he's a journalist. That's the guy who just said it. So you got more confirmation. Could be both. Iranian state-linked media confirms explosion in Isfahan. Then the key falls below February. Bonds curling back up. That's going to be fascinating tomorrow because the bonds have the pressure too. Oh, but you wait. And then SPY trying to get back up to 5,000. So seems like the world knows about this by now, right? It's been almost like an hour. Has it been? Almost. It's been almost an hour, I think, since this all happened. So I think everybody around the world is informed. Is there a Pentagon briefing? Live on Fox. Which one was it? Isfahan. I don't think that's live. Is it live? Because I see one live, but sometimes those people just play them. Yeah, I don't see it. Another big historical one. This one, let's see what happens if Israel, bro, if Iran wants to make a big deal out of this, which again, it kind of seems like it is. That's it, bro. If that's so, the game is going to keep going on. They're going to go back and forth. It's going to be tit for tat. And then now Iran is the other party involved. So now you have Iran and Israel, Israel and Palestine, and then Russia and Ukraine. And then with everything, you're going to have everybody, kind of all flocked together. Yeah.
Has some other implications. You're seeing that
they're
flight
talking about the bids all going
to quality, to havens that's coming through. You mentioned the Japanese yen. We're keeping an eye, of course, on what happens in bond yields, also referencing Fed speak as well. But you do have that general retreat coming through at this point in time. It is a story as well that you do see that broad dollar strength that comes through, and you are seeing that reflected right now. Pretty much every single currency here is weaker, with the notable exception, again, another haven play. That's the Swiss franc that is standing out here, half a percent stronger at this point in time. The Korean won, another risk barometer here, down 1.2%. Equities-wise, we are just continuing to sell off at this point in the session. Really notable losses that are continuing to build here. Not a great lead in either, given what we have with TSMC, for instance, that more chip play, some earnings. But you can see the likes of the TSMC, Taiwan rather, down 3%. The Nikkei there, you can see off around 3% as well. Every single market here, you see futures as well. Again, those losses that are building here. You've got Euro stocks that are looking for a drop of 1.7%. German DAX futures as well, down 1.8%. So broadly, this is a story of risk aversion. But you asked me what's front and center. Definitely, you want to keep an eye on Brent crude through the session today, Yvonne.
Yo, Iran
the MSCI Asia
says
Pacific
Israeli
Index
threats may
heading
spark
for its
shift
worst
in nuclear
week
policy.
Since June 2022. Obviously, this
man.
is leading into this because of the Middle East tensions.
Yeah, that's right. And certainly, as we said, it's just that general risk-off tone that was already not a great session leading into it. I mean, you already had that concern around Fed speak, that risk of, or those chances of perhaps even a Fed rate hike coming onto the horizon here. But as we said, we are getting this reporting coming through this morning. We are hearing perhaps that Iran has been the subject of a strike from Israel in retaliation, of course, for the weekend strike where Israel pushed out or sent 300 missiles in the direction of Tel Aviv. But certainly it is very much a developing story at this point in time, that reporting first coming through from the ABC. Other things that we're tracking here today, as we said, that focus on gold. It is that flight to quality that we see. Safe havens very much in play. And gold is an asset that has just absolutely been on a rise over the course of this year, given this geopolitical risk that's on the horizon. A lot of buying coming through from central banks as well. But gold futures, you can see that spike up more than 1% at this point in the session. That spike that you see as well for VIX futures, you're trading back near that 19 mark at this point in time. Bond yields a little changed really, but still we are seeing, as we said, that move that we have in the Swiss franc. That's a story there of Swiss franc strength against the euro, but broadly the Swiss franc is higher, up around 0.5% at this time, Yvonne.
Yep, we're certainly seeing that. Thank you so much for that update, Annabelle, of course, coming in last minute to really help us out with all this coverage here this morning, just given what we're hearing. So the Associated Press, this is the latest news that we're getting when it comes to the impact on airlines. Okay. So Emirates and Fly Dubai, Steve, have diverted around Western Iran. We certainly have heard this before.
Yes.
During
so
the
everyone's talking
events
about
with
it now.
Iran,
Again,
that,
ABC,
all these airlines were trying to go through more kind of a detour and lengthy routes just to get through some of these airspaces.
Obviously, I mean, the reports are centered around Isfahan, which is west of the capital, Tehran, about 215 miles, and essentially home to a major air base for the Iranian military, as well as sites associated with its nuclear program. Very interesting development. And obviously, these are sort of unannounced diversions by a number of flights, according to Associated Press. Commercial flights began diverting their routes early Friday morning over western Iraq without explanation, as one semi-official news agency in Iran said there had been explosions heard near that city, Isfahan. So, again, that's where we would be. We have not gotten further reports, though, as we heard earlier on this morning, that there were also explosions in Syria and in Iran. They have not been substantiated either.
And this is a very busy airspace, right? The Iran airspace in particular, which has been used by airlines traveling between Europe, India, Southeast Asia as well. Obviously there's a lot of complexities here. It hasn't just been about the Middle East, but airlines really have been contending with a whole set of challenges with the Russia invasion of Ukraine as well. So obviously we're tracking the airlines and how the impact it is there, but we are hearing more of these diversions here and quite lengthy diversions for the past week now already, given just these Middle East tensions here. So there you go, gold getting close to 24.30 here this morning. Obviously we're waiting to hear any sort of, I don't think we've heard the officials confirm it at this moment.
The Iranian government has offered no immediate comment, and I just want to correct myself. Isfahan is 215 miles to the south of Tehran, but you're absolutely right. It is a heavy air corridor for commercial flights from Asia to Europe.
Still hasn't been confirmed.
So,
I've been getting, so all the media agencies have confirmed it. My goodness, bro. This is going to be great. It's going to be a shit show. It's only 7 o'clock. I still need to go to sleep and do all of that. You guys are going to have to do that too. And then you're going to let the market work this all over night. It's like, what, 5 a.m. over there? They attack. I mean, clearly something happened, obviously. But as of now, we're still in the stage of we heard explosions, something went down, and then a lot of words flying around, but we don't know. Iranian state media is reporting that tonight's airstrike by the Israeli Air Force may have targeted the 8th Tactical Air Base of Iranian Air Force within Isfahan International Airport, which contains multiple squadrons of F-14 Tomcat fighter aircraft. That's what Iranian state media is reporting. But again, it's not a government statement, I guess. How could this be a black swan? They have each attacked. I think just how it kind of, just very unexpected. I think maybe borderline gray swan, but the fact that it really kind of came, even though they talked about it, Israel was kind of pulling back. So I think that was one surprising factor. And then the fact, too, that it's potentially, we don't know. At first, people were saying the nuclear facilities there. I think that escalates it. But I didn't think they were going to. I thought Israel was going to just do like something soft. I didn't think they were going to actually strike Iran. But then again, I didn't think Iran was actually going to strike Israeli territory. So all the precedents are being broken. So, hi. How will we respond? I mean, remember, we sanctioned Iran today. That's why some of the unexpected element comes from. We sanctioned Iran today. Israel didn't say, like, people thought that was going to be it, but we already responded to Iran. I don't know if the U.S. is going to condemn Israel. It depends. I mean, if there's citizens, I mean, people will get mad if citizens were killed. CNN reporting it now. What happened? No, we were live for the watch list, and then it happened while I was giving the watch list. I was doing the live watch list, and then before you know it, man. Hi. So Fox News, CNN. I think all the big news stations are reporting it now. Yeah, everybody's had to confirm it. I think it's confirmed there was an attack, but I don't think the government's yet from both sides. We don't have like the official political statements. Yeah, I think it's starting to hit worldwide now. So welcome. You had it here first, baby. Yeah, good job. Hey, I need to go pee. I kind of need to go. I'm probably going to need to go in a little bit, but let me go on a bathroom break, and then we'll see where everything's at. But that's it, man. It's going to go wow while you sleepy sleep.
Of a broader conflict now in the Middle East, given the headlines that are coming through that Iran is saying that Israel threats could spark a shift in its nuclear policy, and that's been one of the key watches. Likewise, energy stocks, as I said, they are climbing off the back of this. The single lone sector in the green so far in the session. Brent crude, as I said, up around $90 a barrel at this point in time, guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Belle. I'm taking a look at some of the there's state TV now. There seems to be more reports coming through. So a heavy blast in Iran's central Isfahan province, which Steve was talking to just a bit earlier on about this city and the proximity that we're seeing these explosions to the airport, as well as the air base as well. So state TV at least confirming that explosion here right now.
Yeah, it's home to an international airport. It's home to an Iranian military base. It is also near Iran's nuclear program or facilities, which makes this very interesting, given there has been talk, from Iran that if Israel had not pulled back on its aggressive stance, that they would have to start looking at ramping up its nuclear program as well. I don't know if these are tied. Again, we're just trying to piece together the news flow, which has been trickling in, and that's why the flight to safety is happening. We just don't have the definitive answer right now on all this.
And you got to wonder, we talked about the diplomacy leading up to this. Of whether the U.S. and its allies were able to rein in Israel and their response. Right. There's been a lot of calls and from France, from Europe as well, to try to at least tame and restrain. I don't know if what we're seeing right now is the restraint. We're still trying to figure out the magnitude, of course, of these missiles here this morning. That's why markets are acting first. Let's bring in Garfield Reynolds. He heads our MLive Asia coverage here. Once more, thanks so much for coming on. I mean, obviously, there's still a lot of uncertainty. We're getting a little bit more news flow and confirmation potentially, Garfield. But, what's caught your eye?
Well, one of the things that's caught my eye is that Chinese stocks have been relatively calm, and even they're rebounding slightly. The Hang Seng Index has come way back up. That's accompanied a little bit of an easing off in the levels of concern across other assets. Equities were always going to be down across much of the region today because of what the lead was overnight when it came to hawkish Fed potential, but now the Middle East has overwhelmed all of that. And right now, as you were stressing, we're sort of watching and waiting and trying to work out what exactly has gone on, how serious is this, will this ratchet tensions up dramatically from where they had seemed to be a couple of...
Oh, they got everybody out here now. Apparently, yeah, so Syria and Iraq, there was attacks there going on as well. Those are the ones as unconfirmed too, but potentially there was a lot going on. I think it started, we heard Iraq and Syria first, and then it was the words of Iran. So yeah, and then air traffic. This has the potential to be really bad. I mean, that's, again, I think it is surprising in many elements, but again, that potential now of drawing in another party into the conflict, and then just the relationship Israel and Iran, and now it getting to the point of both of them having, attacking each other's soils when both of them haven't really done that in a very long time, if ever. The Iranian Supreme National Security Council is reportedly holding an emergency meeting after Israeli strike early this morning. That's coming in right now. And then flights suspended at several Iranian airports. The war play, I mean, it's going to be LMT, RTX, oil, gold, everything you're watching right now pretty much. And then maybe bonds and rate cut plays depending on how bad it gets. But then again, it's going to be just like the Russia thing. It just depends how bad it gets, right? If we don't get and oil is probably going to be the number one winner because remember, if we have any problem with Iran and that Strait of Hormuz gets shut down, global energy is fucked. But other than that, I mean, I don't think it's going to escalate that fast. But then again, look at what's happening. So we'll see. If they attack back, well, you might have a response by the time you wake up. That's the risk of this. Literally, by the time we wake up, I mean, if they're having it's 5 a.m. right now in Iran. So if they want to go have a meeting, set up a plan, do one little attack back too, and then set up another one, your futures are down 1.5 right now. You're definitely gapping down. There's a chance we gap down, go a little lower, and then just rip out of nowhere. I'm telling you, don't underestimate that. Somebody brought that up earlier, but we'll see. The Nikkei falls 10% from March peak. So Japan about to enter correction. As funny as that may sound, considering everything's all-time highs. One little attack back. You like that? It is. Maybe just hit them, a little. Let them know you're there, and then we'll get you in the morning. But still, that's what happened with Ukraine. It's just crazy, though, because you just flushed 4967. Bro, the futures are really bad now. So, again, I mean, I don't know where this leads us, but, yeah, you're right back now to, the lows of February. So you might wipe out all of February. Remember, February was a great month filled with a lot of gains. So you're on the cusp of it right here, I think. Or is February 1st? So you're at the top end of February 1st. You got a little bit of room there. Damn, you still got 100 points now. But you might have to deal with that. That's crazy. Oil ticking back up there. Is it a long-term sell? I'm kind of scared. Why didn't you do it yesterday? 2 days ago. I had this conversation, and I said the next time I have this conversation, I'm not going. It's going to be a different conversation, sir. Sir, you had your moment. You should have made your decision for the Lord, your Savior. It is live right now, man. Again, futures 4968, 4967, oil 85. It's about to hit another high. 87 was the high, right? Yeah. But even then, that's a stick, dude. 3.6. This one, man, no. 4.96, bro. Futures are flushing. I mean, low key, if we really do gap this low, we might have to deal with 4,800 tomorrow, believe it or not. But it better show some sign of support. But that's a big gap. Again, you haven't moved 2% in months. You're 0.5% away from that. It's insane. You have TLT puts. Well, bonds, I need to check. Bonds are getting a bid. Lately, they haven't on the war stuff, but I mean, all around, I'd say the fear. It's funny. I put that on the watch list. Fear over profits, but the fear trade is spreading. The fear trade is spreading and real. So pretty wild. ABC has live report. They were the first ones to confirm it. Everybody else was like, nah. Live.
Iranian proxy forces. James talked about, the Lebanese Hezbollah being the largest. But as you know, everybody knows, there's a large number of Iranian proxy forces in Iraq where we have forces forward positioned. And as we know, last fall, after 7 October, several of those bases came under attack. It would not surprise me that they sort of spontaneously take actions into their own hands now that Israel has struck in the mainland, into the main country of Iran. So I think the next few hours is going to be a very dangerous period as we try.
Who are watching this play out and wondering, is my world safe? How does what's happening half a world away potentially impact me? How would you respond?
Well, for right now, it doesn't, impact the average American. But let's give it 72 hours because this could potentially, it has clear potential to spark a major confrontation between Iran and Israel. And, has been talked about over the last few weeks. 20% of the world's oil passes through the Hormuz Straits, right there on the very southern tip of Iran. And this could certainly impact the flow of trade, the flow of oil, and cause even more unrest in other places around the world. So maybe tonight, right now for us, it doesn't have a direct impact, but give it 72 hours because this could escalate quickly. And, people who think they can control escalation, I'd say that's hope. That's a wish to be able to control escalation. You can't ever predict how it might escalate, and it could escalate out of control into a full-blown shooting war between Israel and Iran.
You say it could escalate out of control. Are there any kind of guardrails in place?
Well, those are decisions made in the two capitals. And, now we're into trying to send clear messages to each other's side. And, I think both countries' leaders generally act like rational actors. But now there's been a strike, first ever, from Iran into Israel. And now Israel has struck into Iran. There's no formal guardrails in place. Our diplomats will be working overtime to try to put guardrails in place. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see what the size and scope of tonight's attack was.
General Abrams, we thank you so much for your insight and expertise. Tonight, Iranian state-run media is reporting an explosion a couple hundred miles south of Tehran. They're reporting that flights have been suspended in Tehran and several other cities in the area. To help us understand what might be happening right now, we bring in former Assistant Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security and ABC News contributor Elizabeth Newman. Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us.
The whole aspect
is Israel's goal here with
the whole aspect of just them the back and forth of them striking each other out of nowhere. There's no real background for this
in the Middle East that you have to respond to force with force, and while that might not be what America wants to see Israel do, it is kind of the MO of the Middle East. And so
Iranian sources to Reuters air defense system has been activated in Isfahan. And airspace has been shut in western Iran.
As they did compared to what Iran did last weekend. What Iran did was just unprecedented in 40 years of hostility. They broke all of the rules that have governed the shadow war that these two hostile entities, Iran and Israel, have operated by for the last 40 years. And so it could have been much worse in a sense of they were justified in something that was comparable to what we saw Iran do. But so far, and we still don't know everything. We're still waiting on confirmation on potential happenings in other parts of the region. But so far, it looks very measured what we saw happen tonight. And we don't know exactly what the targets are. We don't know about casualties yet. But compared to at least the numbers that we saw from Iran last week, this is very small. So that's
Israel told us Thursday it planned Iran response in 24 to 48 hours Two
right?
U.S.
Like, so
officials
that,
familiar with
Israel
matter
might
discussed
respond in a
Israeli
way that we
response.
didn't know it was Israel, that we didn't know that it was in
I think that's
response
all we're
to what had
listening to
happened
now.
last weekend. So it's still a very concerning moment. As the general just said, wait 72 hours. There's a lot we don't know. Will Iran retaliate? Are we going to just see this continue to escalate? That is very concerning if it does. We really are in an unprecedented moment, and it is a precarious moment for the world, including the U.S. homeland.
You used words like small and measured with regard to the response from Israel tonight. I'm curious what we do know about the response.
Look, we see an attack in Iran. There are reports that there might be other attacks in other parts of the region, but we don't have confirmation yet that that was in fact Israel. And in the fog of war, it is difficult to know what is on the ground, what is actual fact and what might be fodder or what might be speculation. So we really are in kind of a wait and see mode. But when I say small and measured, what I mean is the number of missiles launched or airplanes launched, or in the case of Iran, with the number of drones that they launched. What they launched was rather unprecedented, and we heard last weekend how surprised the U.S. government was, Israel was. Certainly when I was hearing the tallies come in, this was not what we expected. We expected a few missiles, maybe some drones. We weren't expecting 300, right? Like, in many ways, what happened last weekend not only was surprising that it was coming directly from Iran and no longer the proxies, but just the sheer size of the attack. What we have here tonight appears to be much more targeted. The volume of actual firepower seems to be lower, but we don't know, we don't fully understand the actual impact. We don't know what they targeted. We don't know what the outcome might be if there are any casualties. So it could still be a sizable response based on that impact. I'm just really more talking about the volume of firepower that we have so far, what we know happened tonight.
Understood. I've talked to people who have said, you know, are we on the precipice of World War III? Do you think that questions like that, comments like that are hyperbole, or do you feel like we're inching closer to that reality?
I mean, look, history teaches us that small little miscommunications, small tit for tats can result in World War. That's what World War I was. So it's not hyperbole to be concerned about that. I do think it's important for us to learn from history so that as we're discussing this and discussing, you know, possible off-ramps, I think that's most people's goal, is how do we off-ramp from this escalatory violence that we're seeing. It's not to say that we don't need to hold the line. I think there's an argument, and perhaps this is where Israel is coming from, that when you have Iran disrupt kind of 40 years of this is our MO, this is the way that we fight against each other, and it's in the shadows, and it's through proxies, and it's not directly from one territory to another. When such a setting is disrupted, that you kind of need to reset and you need to push back enough so that they know they can't do that again. So it is understandable that they're trying to reset like in a deterrence fashion. But I'm
gonna be an ass. I could save this for tomorrow morning if y'all don't like the video. Yeah, if you guys need to like the video right now. I want 1,000 likes on the watch list. I'll tell you I'll tell you how you could predict if whether tonight is a black swan or not. I'm telling you, easy as can be. Late night, I'll tell you one thing you got to watch out for. If this happens, then you know it's a black swan and you know to run for the hills. I can tell you right now.
And if
I can tell you right now, I need 1,000 likes though. I'm not playing around.
Quite devastating, not only for this region but for the world. There is no good solution once we get to mass casualty events, and of course dealing with things that lead us back to mutually assured destruction and alignment with one set of allies, China and Russia and North Korea, against the rest of the world. Like those are scenarios that are doomsday in a very real sense. So everybody's trying to back up from that scenario and say, how do we prevent that from being
futures are popping, gold came down,
outcome.
oil just hit a high.
We want to stop this as soon as possible.
Elizabeth Newman, our thanks to you. And now I want to bring back in Mick Mulroy, ABC News contributor and former Deputy Assistant Secretary.
Oh, wow, 30 more likes,
and
then that's it.
Mick, you heard us just
Otherwise,
talking
you
there.
guys
Same
have to hear
question
Nick
to you.
Mullen.
When people are talking about, hey, are we watching the makings of World War III, your response?
Well, my response.
So we are seeing a regional conflict. So everything that the U.S. was concerned about has happened. That said, I don't want to be hyperbolic and start talking about World War III.
Let the Egyptians speak. All right, y'all hit 1,000 likes. I love you, man. I'm glad you guys are here. It's kind of crazy. We were just doing the watch list, and then history struck us right in the face. And good thing we get really fast news at all hours of the day. So we were able to be here for it. But I'll just tell you right now, this is how you will know today is a black swan, is if the Japanese yen goes up 3% by the time we close tomorrow. If that yen goes up 3% or more, and the yen instantly finds out, and goes back to being a Christian, and repents and goes back to being a safe haven, then we really have a problem. Because again, if you'll notice, all the European currencies are getting clapped right now, except for the Swiss franc, safe haven. Again, the dollar, gold, all of that. So it's like straight up. Even the yen's popping now, but you'll notice it's underperforming still, and it still has some of that pressure, but it's just like if we really start to go and you really see these safe haven bids get insane, that's the one I'm looking for. But if the yen doesn't turn back into a safe haven, people are still feeling a certain way. But for now, and the bonds too, same thing applies. If you even get like a 3-4% move on bond futures, I would say the same exact thing applies. To a degree, if you get a real safe haven, like unignorable move, more or less. So yeah, welcome, man.
Their retaliations, I know they have said they will respond immediately, but we would be seeing that soon. We'd be hearing that soon if that were the case. If there is a lull in this type of exchange, that's the time for diplomacy to really step in and try to calm everything down and prevent this from continuing.
Mick Mulroy, so appreciate your expertise.
Mick Mulroy.
Thank you very much.
We saw the Nikkei. It was down
almost
almost 3.
For this hour.
Yeah, down 2.5.
Davis, ABC News Live is here
That's
for you
the
all
Nikkei
night
futures.
with the latest news, context, and analysis. We'll, of course, continue to follow the latest on this potential.
Thank you, man. Yeah, well, we are going to be live. I should actually get that set up here. But absolutely crazy, man. You guys, again, and I don't know if you guys... I kind of agree with what everybody was saying, though. Like, I'm glad you are actually getting an appropriate response. I mean, it just, yeah, it is a reaction, and it's a attack back to everything else going on. But, like, dude, this is kind of random, and it could lead to something. And I mean random in the sense of surprising and borderline unprecedented. But, now that just your imagination is running wild. That's it. And I think in an attack like that today, I mean, it has enough to let the market's imagination go a little crazy. It's absolutely nuts. All right. And then oil's coming back up. SPY bounced a little bit. Gold came down a tiny bit. Again, no updates. Iran activates air defense in multiple areas. State Guard declares maximum alert in all bases and camps in Iran. And then 2 officials discuss. Aussie dollar down 0.4. New Zealand dollar down. 10-year Treasury futures down 7 basis points. My goodness. It's borderline uncharted. I mean, I could kind of get behind that. There is elements that are, again, just what Iran did last weekend and us. Because, again, this is close to their capital, man. That's like if they really attacked 200 miles from their capital, bro, that's a warning shot. What's beef? Yeah, it's Bidenomics. Relax. No one's gonna fight. We'll be fine. No World War II, 3, 4. I'll be here. We're gonna just like the video. Just like the video. Yeah, Netflix. I mean, I have the Netflix update if you guys would like that. I don't know if you guys would like a break from the war. I can give you some of the Netflix main updates because they did make some changes. They did good, though, so I even put it on the watch list. Again, we had keys and everything, so I don't know. Actually, I think I already got rid of them. But if you guys were here, man, we went through everything. No, I still got them. Yeah, man, so Netflix, I said if the market doesn't totally vomit, but now the war stuff, I don't think that's going to help the vomiting at all. So, unfortunately, we'll see Netflix, but they did have an interesting report. Down. So, where was it? So, earnings themes. So, shift in reporting metrics. They're transitioning from member-based to revenue and engagement-focused metrics. Content and quality, variety. Continued focus on delivering high-quality and diverse content to drive engagement. Paid share implementation. Successful authorization of paid sharing contributing to advertising growth. Advertising expansion. Rapid growth in ad tier with further improvements planned. The forward theme, sustained revenue growth. They aim to maintain healthy double-digit revenue growth through service improvement and advertising expansion, pricing strategy, ongoing adjustments based on value delivery and market conditions. Continued use of machine learning for personalized recommendations and new tools for creators. And then their increased focus on live events. Bob puts protect the long term. And then where was it? They said they're evolving their revenue model. Include advertising and extra member features, which are not directly connected to the amount of members. That's why they decided to make the change. They expect healthy double-digit growth driven by membership growth. And then ad tier grew 65% year over year. It was very, very good. Very, very good. So oil higher, SPY bounced a little bit, but not near off the lows, and then gold off the highs too. KS. Y'all know it's another channel too, so I hope if I see you in the morning, you can be like, where's my membership? This is a different live streaming channel. I love you. God bless you. 105 call for 5-3. Tomorrow is going to be wicked. I mean, 24-hour stream, you want to? I'll just leave it on.
Don't have to be to realize just how big of an impact this could have on world oil prices, for example, which is the underlying cost of everything that's transferred around the world. So this could be very substantial for the world community, and that's why there's so much attention to this right now.
All right, Nick Mulroy, our thanks to you. Want to bring in Matt Gutman, who is on the ground for us in Tel Aviv. Matt, just give us a sense of what you're hearing, what you're seeing.
Very little right now, Lindsay. We do understand that Israel, according to at least one U.S. official, has fired missiles that have landed in Iran. We don't know the nature of the site, what they targeted. We don't know if there are casualties at this point. There may be additional strikes in other places. We don't have that yet confirmed. Of course, this is in retaliation to that massive missile salvo from over the weekend,
guys remember
which
last
officials
Friday
here and in the
in.
U.S. are calling the largest ballistic missile salvo in warfare
I can't
ever.
stay up too late,
So
Chad.
Israel has been telegraphing for days now that it will respond, but there has been absolute silence from the Israeli government. They have been meeting almost every day to discuss potential responses, but not announcing anything. It was the Israeli military that continued to say there will be a response at the time and place of our choosing. It came now, and this is close to the Passover holiday. We understand that there might have been an effort to try to avert some sort of rise in tensions, which have already been pretty high before the holidays. Apparently that is not an issue, and they went ahead with this strike anyhow. Unclear how Iran is going to respond at this point, but they have been augmenting and bolstering their Navy, their Air Force, and they have been saying that their response will be severe and it'll be immediate, unlike last time over the weekend, which they waited about 10 days to respond, or 2 weeks. Unclear what the response is going to be. We assume there will be some. So tension is going to be very, very high here once people wake up. It's still before 5 o'clock in the morning, Lindsay.
And we do know that just today, Tehran warned that it had the ability to strike Israeli nuclear sites if Israel threatened to do the same in Iran. I know you said that things have been quiet as far as officials there, Israeli officials, but what are you hearing from residents there on the ground? Were they opposed to any kind of retaliation against Iran?
I think many Israelis had supported some sort of retaliation, but there's also a growing consensus in Israel that what happened last Saturday was unique. This international coalition led by the U.S. that helped defend Israel against those incoming missiles from Iran.
Since this
that had never
skirmish
happened
began.
before, and it was a major strategic victory for Israel. They also proved that their Arrow 3 missiles, that David Sling, a shorter-range anti-missile system, worked very well. So they thought there was some thought in Israel that they would take this win, pocket it, and then wait for another opportunity, or that there will be much smaller footprint type of retaliatory attacks, cyber attacks, or the targeted strikes against Iranian commanders outside of Iran. That apparently is not the case. They chose to make a direct response. It seems to be somewhat limited in scope at this point, so it's not in any way on the same scale as Iran's, but still, this is, I think, the first time in history that Israel has launched direct attack from its territory to Iranian territory and been essentially public about it. Lindsay.
And of course, many people are concerned about the implications of that on a wider scale. Matt Gutman, our thanks to you reporting in from Tel Aviv. Want to bring in our James Longman, who.
But yeah, no, but he was saying what I was telling you about the fact that, like, there was people thought they would have, like, even used the attack and just waited and used it as an excuse to do something, or a cyber attack or something smaller. But if that is, I think we'll let the historians weigh in. But if it is, it could be potentially the first time Israel attacked Iran, just like Iran attacked them last week. What happened? Well, good evening, man. We've been here for about an hour and a half. We were doing the live watch list, and then right in the middle of it, futures were already down when we started, but then it got even worse. And it was on the headlines that Israel had attacked Iran. So, again, like I just said, potentially the first time ever that they have struck in from Israeli soil to Iranian soil. And it's in response to last week, and then that's it. It's pretty wild. You literally, again, oil is up 4% since then. Futures are down 1%. Gold is up 1%. You know, it's all around been and then it's not even like, again, by the time we wake up, like the guy just said, it's 5 a.m. there in Syria or in Iran. So it's not like they're going to go back and forth. They're going to discuss. We're going to hear from Israel. We're going to hear from Iran. We're going to hear from the United States. You're going to have a press briefing. You're going to get to see everybody overseas. You already have the global currencies. Safe havens are safe havening. The other currencies are all getting weak. So it will be very interesting. But yeah, that is what we had. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, man. Been very eventful. Been very, very wild. History in the making. But, Chattadonia, I think I might call it. Man. I might need to go take me a nap. I got to take a nap so I could wake up in the morning and be ready to go. I fell asleep remember, I got fucked up last weekend. I don't know what happened. Last Friday, bro, I woke up and I slept in. I didn't know what happened. Leave the stream overnight. I could leave the futures up, but then again, I mean, it'll be quiet. It'll be very cold, quiet place. I wish I could program Josh AI to, like, you guys could talk to him. I'm going to wake up to World War III. Well, that's good. I'll pray. I get to pray before I go to bed. You know what I'm saying? You know, amen. Amen. 24-hour stream. Well, here's the deal. You guys, if you really want to chat, I already set it up. When I end the live stream, it's going to take you guys straight to the live streaming channel. So the chat will already be up if you want to use that. So you'll have a chat if you guys want to stay on. Well, yeah, we're up. I didn't think I was going to stay on this long, but then, like, literally, bro, I mean, a quite historical event just happened. Israel just attacked Iran. Like, it's actually insane. So, you doing puts? Maybe, but, like, I have a sneaking suspicion of just watch out for the, just like last time. Remember, there was, like, relief, and then we sold it off, and then vice versa. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we, like, flush, maybe get as low as even 4,800 or something, and then just bounce up. Because it is a big expiration day tomorrow. So, we'll see how that plays out. But, Chattadonia, it's time. I hope you guys get good rest. Thank you all for being here. If you have any other questions, let me know. But I hope I see you in the morning. So, again, it is going to go after you guys want the chat. It'll take you to the live streaming channel. I'll be up on there at 6 a.m., baby. We don't have much, but now after tonight, bro, I'm telling you, I'm going to be, maybe if I wake up to go pee, I'm going to check the futures, man. Tomorrow's going to be wild, man. We're already down 1-3. So, again, a lot is on the line. And, I mean, you just witnessed a little bit of history, baby. So, let's see what the next trading day after brings. But I love you all. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful sleep, man, okay? Wake up and drive. Remember, the first thing you do when you wake up, you're like a car. It's like a car on a hill. If the car is in neutral, it'll just go whichever way is leaning on the hill, man. It's like you in the morning. Your body is in neutral. You got to put it in drive. You got to say it's going to be a good day. You got to wake up with that energy, and I hope and pray that I wake up on time, okay? Because I be staying out late. I be staying out late in the chat. You know, I be partying with Chattadonia, talking politics with my friends. You know what I'm saying? I be staying. So pray that I wake up. But when I wake up, I got to throw it in drive, baby. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you want me to give you? Let me tell you this. Y'all were beautiful today. Y'all liked the video. Y'all even here. Let me give you a little life hack right now. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? This is for all my coffee drinkers. Do not drink any coffee until 30 minutes after you wake up. If you want it to hit, okay, as a former caffeine crack addict, I think I could let you guys know the thing. That's it. I'm telling you. It's very simple. Trust me. It'll hit 10 times harder. It'll hit. So what you do, I'll get me a fucking coffee tomorrow. It's Friday. I'm going to DoorDash that shit at 5 more. Listen, you wake up. Right when you wake up, first thing you do, you down a water bottle. Just drink the whole entire water bottle. That's it. Don't do anything but drink that water bottle. And then you go do your poop or whatever. If you're going to take any sort of thing in the morning, you wait minimum 30 minutes. At the 30-minute mark, then you can start getting messed up. Okay? That's it. And then you're going to see. Watch it hit different, baby. Watch it hit different. The chat, I love you. God bless you. Thank you. It's your birthday, Lori? Oh, no way. Kidding me. Oh, happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Hey, happy. Wish it was our birthday so we could cut the rates. Let's go. Happy birthday. We love you. So, Chad, on that note, enjoy your evening. Amen. Amen. Another year, baby. Another year for the law tarp. Let's get it. And for Chattadonia. But, Chad, enjoy your evening. God bless you all. Finger to the sky, baby. And thank you again. I'll see y'all in the AM, baby. Get ready. It's going to take you right there. Peace out.